All right, let's talk about one of the biggest moments of your life, getting your first car. Seriously, it's pure freedom, right? Adventure, blasting your favorite songs with the windows all the way down. But before you get those keys, there's a little bit of math. And I know, math, but trust me, this is not your algebra class. This is the math that's going to save you a ton of cash.
See, that car isn't just a car. It's a huge financial decision. But you totally don't need to be a math genius. Today, we are going to turn that little calculator on your phone into a superpower that'll help you lock in the absolute best deal possible.
Because let's be real, walking onto a car lot can feel intense. You've got numbers and terms just flying all over the place, and honestly, a lot of it is designed to be confusing. But we're about to pull back that curtain and show you exactly what it all means. The main thing to remember is you are in control. You got this.
Okay, let's dive right in. First thing we're going to do is crack the code on all that dealer speak. So the next time they start throwing around these crazy terms, you're going to know exactly what's up. No more blank stares, just smart questions.
So you're going to hear this one a lot. Lien holder. It sounds way more complicated than it is. All it is the bank or the credit union that's giving you the loan. You can just think of them as your car's co-owner for a little while. And once you make that very last payment, boom, the car is 100% yours.
And then you might hear the magic word rebate. This is basically a discount that comes straight from the car maker, and it's awesome. But here's the thing you got to watch out for. Sometimes they'll offer you a big rebate instead of a really low interest rate, so you've got to run the numbers. $1,000 off today sounds great, right? But a lower interest rate could literally save you $2,000 over the next 4 years.
Now, if you're eyeing a used car, which, by the way, could be a fantastic way to save a bunch of money, this checklist is your secret weapon. Always ask about the warranty. Drive it like you actually mean it, and please, for the love of all that is good, get an independent mechanic to look it over. That small fee could be the difference between a sweet ride and finding out you just bought somebody else's $1,000 problem.
Okay, so we've decoded the jargon. Now it's time to actually put it all into practice and see how these numbers really work. And to do that, we're going to use a real-world example of this awesome used truck.
So you see it. It's the perfect truck. The price tag says almost $34,000. Whoa, it's easy to get kind of overwhelmed by that big number. But the number that really matters, it's not the one on the windshield. It's the one you're going to be paying every single month. So to figure out that magic monthly number, you just need 3 key ingredients. First, how long are you borrowing the money for? In this case, 48 months. That's 4 years. Second, the interest rate. That's basically the bank's fee for letting you borrow their money. And of course, the price of the truck itself. You plug those 3 things into any online loan calculator, and there it is, your monthly payment, $774.50. Seeing it broken down like this makes it so much more real, right? Now you can ask yourself, can I actually fit that into my budget every month? But hold on, we're not done yet. That monthly payment is not the whole story. Because of that interest rate, the total amount you pay is going to be way more than the sticker price. So what's the grand total? Okay, let's add it all up. Over 4 years, you will have paid over $37,000. Let that sink in for a sec. That monthly payment times 48 months means you're paying over $3,000 just for the privilege of borrowing the money. That's the real cost of the loan right there. And just when you thought the math was over, we gotta talk about the extras. There's tax, title, and license fees. Everyone just calls it TTNL, and the down payment. That's the cash you pay right up front to lower the amount you have to borrow. So here's how those extras change the game. You start with the truck's price. Then you add in what the government gets in taxes and fees. Then, and this is a good part, you subtract what you're paying up front, your down payment. And that final number, just over 33 grand, that's the actual amount you're financing. And that's the number your monthly payment is based on. So all this brings us to that classic question that every single car buyer faces. Are you on team new car smell or are you on team pre-owned bargain? Let's break down the perks of each.
All right, in one corner, buying new. You often get lower interest rates, you get those manufacturer rebates, plus a full warranty, which is, total peace of mind. But in the other corner, buying used almost always means a lower starting price. And if you use that checklist and really do your homework, you can find an absolutely incredible value.
Okay, it's time for the final boss of car math. This right here is the single most important concept to understand because it reveals where your money is really going every single time you make a payment.
I want you to think of your monthly payment as being sliced in 2. One piece is the principal,
That's the money that actually pays down what you borrowed for the car itself. The other piece, that's interest, and that is just the bank's profit. It's their fee for letting you borrow their money.
Now take a look at your very first payment on that truck. Of that almost $775, over $130 of it is pure interest. It doesn't reduce what you owe on the truck by a single penny. It just goes straight into the bank's pocket. I mean, that's a pretty big chunk of your money, isn't it? And get this, after just 1 year, you've handed the bank over $1,400 in pure interest. This is why finding the lowest interest rate you can is such a massive win. Even a tiny difference can save you thousands. And here it is, the ultimate cheat code. Get pre-approved for a loan from your own bank or a credit union before you even go to the dealership. It gives you a rate to compare against and a ton of negotiating power.
So there you have it. This isn't some scary math class. It's a financial superpower. It's the knowledge that lets you walk into that dealership with total confidence, ready to make a smart decision that's right for you. You have all the tools. Now go out there and get the best deal on your first car. You've totally got this.